Hey viewers, this is Geek Gardener, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make a concentrated stock solution for your hydroponic nutrients. I have with me GardenGuru's 500 liter nutrient solution for bloom. Okay, so in this video I'm going to make a stock solution for that. We will see how to dissolve these contents into an RO water base, and then we'll prepare 5 liters of stock solution which you can use for 500 liters of final nutrient solution. Let's go. Okay, so I'm inside my greenhouse. I have all that I need to make a stock solution. First, we need the nutrient solution pack itself. So the GardenGuru's nutrient solution for 500 liters comes in 2 packs, pack A and pack B. Pack A contains calcium, iron and nitrogen, and pack B contains the rest of this: potassium, magnesium, phosphorus, sulfur, all that, including the micronutrients. So these nutrient solutions come with all the essential macro and micronutrients for the plants. You don't need to add anything else. We are going to make concentrated solution that is 100 times concentrated, so that you can dilute it whenever you want in your gardening journey. You could have a NFT system, you could have a deep horticulture, or your coco peat based systems. You can always dilute them whenever you wish, depending on the size of the system you have. So let's get going. So I have taken a 15 liter bucket where I'll be making the concentrate. I'll be making a 5 liter concentrate. The first step to that is you fill it up with 3 liters, because the solution itself also has a volume, and including that we are going to make 5 liters. So I'm going to fill it up with 3 liters, mix this and dissolve it, and once this is completely dissolved, I'm going to fill up one of these cans with the solution. Okay. So I have with me adding 1 liter, 2 liters, 3 liters. So I have 3 liters here of water. I'm going to dissolve this into this, and then once this is completely dissolved, I'll add water till the 5 liter mark. Okay, and I'm going to dissolve the contents of pack A. Don't try to take a small spoon because I have only 1 liter of water. You need to make a concentrate and then use that concentrate. What happens is the fertilizer mix that we are giving has all the micronutrients also mixed in it, and it is not uniformly spread in a dry powder mix. So when you add in water, they all get dissolved and become a homogeneous mixture. But for example, if your requirement is much smaller than the entire pack, say for example you only need 5 liters but your nutrient pack is for 500 liters, it is not right to take a small teaspoon from the solid powder and use it for your mixture, because we need to ensure the teaspoon or whatever quantity that you take has to have all the elements in the same ratio it is originally intended to be. So for this, GardenGuru's nutrients are meant to be made as stock solutions and be utilized. Well, it fully dissolved. So now I have, I'm going to fill it up to the 5 liter mark. So our stock solution A is ready. On to B now. Again the same procedure. I'm going to fill up roughly 3 liters. So that is done. Now we gotta empty the contents of pack B into this. So I have the content being emptied into this. Hydroponic nutrients come usually in 2 parts. Usually there are 3 parts, 5 parts. The ones that we make in GardenGuru is 2 parts, A and B. You can call it this A and this B, doesn't matter. What matters is you shouldn't mix these 2 in their concentrated form. When they are diluted, yes, you can mix them. So now I'm going to mix it. Before I mixed, I washed the stirrer with water so that there is no remaining liquid or salts from the first usage. If you have another stirrer completely different for this, even better. Also remember, part B takes a little more time to dissolve than part A. Don't lose patience. Continue stirring vigorously. So the main reason why these nutrients are divided into multiple parts is because of the fertilizer compatibility within each other. So I'll give you an example. Calcium nitrate is one of the constituents of the fertilizer, and it's very reactive in nature. So when it comes in contact with sulfates or phosphates in a concentrated form, it becomes calcium phosphate or calcium sulfate and precipitates in the solution. Anything that is not soluble and precipitated is not going to be of any use to the plants. So we don't mix them in their concentrated form. So hence the nutrients are divided into groups or parts where individually these fertilizers that we add into a single part don't react with each other and form a precipitate. For example, in part A, usually it will be calcium nitrate and iron. They don't react with each other. Sometimes potassium nitrate is added. There is no sulfate in that mixture, so they don't react. So that's how these multiple parts are being made. We just have a couple of solids. Like I said, solution B will take a little more time than solution A, so don't give up. So now they have completely dissolved. Patience paid off. So now we have part A, part B ready. I have a 200-liter barrel here filled with water. This is the water I'm going to make nutrient solution out of. So I have the raw water. I have two set of concentrated stock solutions, A and B. So these two are the stock solutions, A and B, and I have the water. Now I'm going to mix them here to achieve a required EC that I'm going to measure and check. So these nutrient solutions are almost 100 times concentrated. So I'll start diluting them, and then I'll start measuring what is the number I arrive. I aim to get about EC 2, okay, 2 millisiemens per centimeter. Let's see how we do that. So first I'm going to take 1 liter of part A. Perfect. I'm going to add it to it. After I add, I'm going to mix it well. In fact, I'm going to mix it very well. I have washed the mug again. I'm going to take 1 liter of part B. You always should add equal quantities of part A and part B into any solution. You cannot change the quantity. Perfect. Now I'm adding 1 liter of part B into the system. Now I'll mix this system very well. So now I am going to bring an EC meter and verify the contents of this solution, what EC it is in, and then based on that we'll see whether how much we have to add, all with the help of a EC meter. Okay. So I have an EC meter with me. I use this model called AP2. This measures in microsiemens. We don't want the TDS meter. So I'm gonna hold this and show it to the camera if you need. Okay, so we have reached 1512 microsiemens. We would want to go to 2000 microsiemens. So we have to add more of A and B. Let's do in increments so that we don't add another 1 liter of each. We will add in increments and see how accurately we can arrive at that number. Okay, don't add all at once so that you don't have any control. So first half we add based on the previous experience, etc., and then the second final increments we add in small quantities so that you have control. Okay, I'm gonna add half a liter of A and half a liter of B. We added 1 liter of A and 1 liter of B in the first go. Second, we are going to add half a liter and see how that comes out. So half a liter is here. We are at 500 ml. And I'm going to take another half a liter of B. $500. Okay, so now we have added in the next batch. So we'll okay, so now I'm going to measure again. See, we were at 1500. Now we are at 1837, 1.8. If you want to grow leafy greens, etc., you can stop at 1.8. But this I am planning to grow bloom, fruiting crops. So I'm going to take it up till 2. Okay, so we added half a liter and it got it up by 300. So I'm going to add 250 ml or 300 ml this time and bring it to 2. Okay, so let's watch that. I have 200 ml with me. In goes. And likewise 200 ml of B. So let's mix again. Mixing is very important. If you don't mix, you will have various levels of EC and pH in a solution, more so in larger tanks. In larger tanks, obviously I'm not that strong to stir a 10,000 liter tank, so we use pumps. Don't do this with a 10,000 liter tank. You're not going to succeed. So we'll use pumps to circulate the water. So that will give you a very quick homogeneous solution in the whole of the tank. Okay, so let's see where are we right now. You would have seen me, first directly taking a measurement, but it's always a good idea to take a mug and do it. If you take this in a tank and by mistake you drop the EC meter and it's just gone. So if you see here, we have 2018, 4, 2005, 1991. Okay, so we are hovering around 1990s and 2000 series. So if you make it into millisiemens, we are looking at 1.99 millisiemens, and I wanted 2. So this is some approximation I can live with. Okay, so I'm going to call it done. So we are done with the EC correction. So I'm going to quickly summarize what we did in terms of EC. I know I want to reach the level of 2 millisiemens, but I didn't do all at once. I did the first 1 liter first, then I realized how much of a jump that is making, and then I did in increments, so that as I reached the final numbers, my increments became smaller. This is how you approach adjusting a nutrient solution with respect to EC and pH. So now we were able to predict in EC, saying this much I probably should add. That's not the case in pH. You may reach a point suddenly, or you may reach the number or targeted pH suddenly, because pH does not increase linearly, it increases exponentially. So always do in small increments and reach your target. So we are done with respect to EC. Thanks for hanging in there. So okay, so now I'm back with the pH meter, pH 80, all this. I don't own this company, so it doesn't matter. Okay, can you see this number? Otherwise I'll put a number. Okay, so let's see what's our number. Give the pH meter some time to normalize. Initially it was showing 12, etc. Now it's coming to 7, 6.9. So usually you need to also have a meter that is well calibrated. My meters are calibrated, so I am not stressing that in this part, because our focus is on a different thing. But I have in detail made another video where you can see how pH meters are to be calibrated. Okay, now this is hovering around 6.6. Okay, I'll wait for some time for it to kind of stabilize. So it is 6.6. Okay, so what I'm going to do, my goal is to bring it between 5.5 and 6.5. So I'm going to try and keep it at anywhere in between that range is good for me. I'll target 6. If it is 5.9 or 6.1, I'm not going to really bother much. So I'm going to try for 6.0. Okay, so let's do that. So I have with me a measuring cup with diluted acid. So this is 5% dilution. Before we added, we checked the pH was 6.6. So I'm going to add carefully, and I'm going to stir it before I check. Sometimes this addition may not even cause a shift, then you know how much more to add, but be careful when you add. Sometimes it may overshoot and you will end up with a pH of 5 or even 4. So it is not a good idea to hurry through this process. So we just got a 0.1 change from 6.6 to 6.5. My acid is quite diluted, but that's not an issue actually. So we can add a little more than what we did last time to bring it to maybe 6.3 or 6.2. So back again to mixing. Last time I added 30 ml, now I'm adding 40 ml. Came to 6.4. So I'm going to be spending few more iterations on this and bring it to a point where 6.3. But I'm hoping you get the idea. So we add in increments, and slowly, if you see yourself doing multiple times, you can maybe make a 10% solution of acid so that you get it much sooner. But the idea here is to not do it fast. The idea is to do it more accurate. So to make it easier, if you know the volume, you can usually, you know how much you have added last time. You can approximate it to some extent, but please don't underestimate the error that you may cause. Another easy alternative is go for a controller that consistently keeps checking the pH and EC value of the solution and keeps adding small amounts, small increments. So it is always checked, always corrected. So you don't really need any drastic correction. So 6.4, let's say I'll do a couple of more things. Maybe you can go grab a cup of coffee from my car. .3. Yep. Slowly moving. Okay, so I added, I checked twice. Now I have 5.9. Finally, we reached. See, the reason I am taking such small increments is to explain you the process. We can quickly make a stronger acid and can get it done with in one go. But the idea is, like I said before, it's not about doing fast, it's about doing accurately. In a larger farm, if you make a mistake and you overshoot the pH correction to above or below the desired range, things get really messy and you may end up in a crop loss of higher magnitude. So it's okay to do multiple iterations and be correct, and then making it fast and make a lot of mistakes in the process. Remember, hydroponics is about precision, not speed, precision. So I hope, although very slowly we learned today on how to adjust the pH. So 5.9, I told you, I promised you I'll bring it to 5.9 or 6. So 5.9 is a number I can live with, no problem. Even if I bring it to 5.5 also, it's okay. So I'm going to summarize this. When I started this video, I had 2 solid powder of GardenGuru's Bloom hydroponic nutrients. One was part A and the other was part B. We made a stock solution of 5 liters. 5 liters of part A and 5 liters of part B, which will eventually make up 500 ml of final nutrient solution. So once we were done preparing the stock solutions, we then took a drum of 200 liters and then we fill it up with water that we want to make nutrient solution out of. Then based on the easy measurements, we in increments added the stock solution A and B in equal quantities. So we reached a point where we decided we need to stop at 2 millisiemens per centimeter. So we stopped it at that. At that point, our solution is perfect in terms of the strength of the salt or the strength of the fertilizer in it. EC is perfect, but there was one thing that we needed to do, that was the pH. After this, what we took a 10%, sorry, I think 5%. We took a 5% dilute phosphoric acid, and then we started adding it to the water in 30 ml doses. So it took about 5 doses for us to reach from 6.6 to 5.9. There is not a linear correlation between 5 doses and 6 points down. Always try, because it depends on what was the previous water's pH. Okay, and there is a lot of complex chemical reactions happen. Don't try to guesstimate it. Okay, always test it with your pH and EC meter you have, and those are your best tools for the job. And EC meter, keep it clean, keep the electrodes clean so that they measure, there is no salt content on that. pH meter, please take care of it so well. Keep it calibrated, keep the glass electrode wet all the time. So if you do all these things and then you follow the method in which we prepare the nutrient solution, and you do it accurately, there is no reason why your crop won't succeed. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed watching this and understood a thing or two about making a hydroponic nutrient solution from a stock solution. And if you have any questions or comments or any feedback, please put it in the comment section below. And I'll be covering more about automatic control of nutrient solutions in a larger tank, smaller tank, how to choose the different type of controller, what is the right size of controller for your job. All that we are going to discuss. Stay tuned and please don't forget to subscribe. Bye-bye.